Hey guys, John Hart here. I hope you're well. So today is lesson 4 of my 10-part series called 10 Tips and Tricks to Enhance Your Playing. Again, if you haven't grabbed the free guide, head over to johnhartmusic.com/free and you can grab it there. And in the meantime, let's crack on. Tip number 4 is which phase is your piece at? This all depends on if you are a composer, so I'll be directing this tip mainly at you, but this can be helped if you are developing a piece yourself. So within tip 4, we'll break it down into 5 different points. So point 1, you are at the learning phase. You have to rely on a book or you have to rely on a tablet. Anything that's written down, you have to rely on to be able to play the piece. Okay, and this can happen in the classical world, but I'm mainly pointing this towards musicians who go on stage without any manuscript or any music stand. If you are still in the learning phase, that means you are in phase 1. And then phase 2 is where your piece is in the playing phase. Now, that means you can play your piece perfectly in your bedroom or in another environment on your own, but as soon as you go in front of someone, it falls apart. This happens to me a lot, and after I've written a piece or arranged a piece, I head downstairs and I go and show my wife and it all just falls apart, and it's very, very frustrating. But for me, I know that's an indicator that I'm only at the playing phase for this particular piece. And then there is phase 3, which is the performing phase. Now, this is not performing on a regular basis. This may be your first or second performance of that particular piece. Now, whereas you've gone from the playing phase, you can now play it in front of people, but when you go and perform it and you're on the stage with lights and you've got sound checks and you've got monitors and you've got that very eeriness to the environment, that is very prone to some errors that come about, and also your mind can wander as well. So you haven't quite got it on autopilot, but it is at the performance phase. Which then leads me to phase 4, which is the mastered phase. You can play this in any environment. You can pick up any guitar, you can go into absolutely any room, and you'll be able to play this piece perfectly or straight through without using any notation, etc, etc, etc. And you may have video yourself playing it, you may have recorded it as well, and that's a mastered phase, and you may have performed it multiple times. So you can almost put a tick in the box to say, I have completed that piece. And now there is an additional phase, which is phase 5, and that is the teaching phase. Over the years, I've actually been teaching some of my pupils my material from their own request, not mine, and they have asked me multiple questions about the piece, and it helps you reflect on what you've written. It helps you reflect on what you might tweak, or they might come up with certain ideas for that. It can really help you evolve any of the pieces. It can help you adapt them over time. And I've got multiple pieces, like my piece Father, that's gone through 3 or 4 different changes over the years, and that's because other people have learnt them, or other people have had analysis, or I've looked at my videos over time, and as a pupil and as a teacher, I've sort of analysed it that way. So there's 5 different phases. So you've got learning, playing, performing, mastering, and teaching. So if you ever feel, I don't know where this piece is at, am I ready to perform it yet? Just try and see if you can figure it out and put it in those slots, and then apply it to the other 3 tips and tricks. So I really hope you find that helpful. If you want to find out the rest of the tips and tricks without having to flick between the videos, then head on over to johnhartmusic.com/free and you can grab the guide. But in the meantime, keep practicing, keep playing, and keep performing, and I will see you at the next lesson. Cheers. Bye-bye.